There's a misconception that prison is a separate world. Prison is an experience. It's a set of habits and things that stick to you whether you want them to or not. Prison's a part of my life. Now, that place doesn't stick to me anymore. I spent 27 years inside and I'm out now. But the experiences, those habits, I had to deal with them. I'm still dealing with them. You take the experience on as it is. There's no way you're in a cage 10, 20, 30 years and it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't change you for better or for worse. There's no way. I did 27 years inside. 27 years. I wouldn't let them take my power, though. I couldn't let them strip me of my manhood, my dignity, my self-worth. I did a lot inside. I got an education. I learned about the law. I helped a lot of the guys around me make better choices, and the work I do now outside is about helping people make the transition from prison back to society. And most of what I learned was from the streets. And my mother was there. She raised me and my two sisters. I was the baby. But I was really the only man in the house because my father was in the Navy and he never was really around. I learned fast. I had to learn fast. And I learned in an era of black pride and black power. We had the Nation of Islam. We had the Black Panthers. So much around me was about the beauty and the power of blackness. And there was a focus on reminding us that the racism, the segregation, the discrimination that we'd experienced wasn't our fault. We were sun-kissed. And I realized that I really didn't understand just how messed up the system really was until my 16th birthday. I was drinking, partying, hanging out with my friends. Things got a little out of hand. We were throwing rocks, busted out the window in the house. And here come the cops. Next thing I know, I'm being charged with burglary. Burglary? I didn't steal anything from that house. You heard the police say that I just walked out. They saw me walk out. How? All I did was throw a rock. I watched the police lie, and that was my first encounter with the criminal justice system. After that, I started to dig deeper. I wanted to know about the Rockefeller laws, about drugs in our neighborhoods. I wanted to understand all of it. I became a crew chief at 18 years old. It was a responsibility. We cleaned up the streets. We wanted to make the neighborhoods the best that they could be. Later on, my son almost got shot by a stray bullet. His cousin actually did get hit by one. People were coming into the neighborhood and just shooting. Didn't matter whether they knew who they were shooting at. Bystanders were getting shot. That was not going to cut it. I got some guys in the neighborhood, and we started the neighborhood vanguard. We got the dealers to stop selling on the block. We started to clean up the neighborhood. Our children deserved better than what was going on. Now, as you would imagine, there were some who weren't receptive to how we wanted to do things. There was some friction. We were in Coney Island. One thing led to another, shots ensued. And on the other side of it, I came up with 27 years. On the inside, I learned that the fight was in the pen, not the sword. Prison staff would frame me for being politically motivated because I learned how to advocate for myself. Education was important to me. I couldn't let them take my power away from me. I just couldn't. The long road that I had in front of me, and prison wants to take everything from you, wants to take you. Now, on the outside? On the outside, things are different. I help people make that transition from prison back to society. And when I work with the guys, they know I know where they're coming from because I know the experience too, right? I'm not here to judge them. I'm here to support them. I get it. Now, when that COVID thing hit, it felt familiar to so many of us. We knew what it was like to be inside for long periods of time, to have a mental adjustment to the new normal. The new normal, when the new normal hits. On the inside, I had to learn a lot about germs. I had to take care of myself, about bacteria, all of it. We had to learn about it ourselves because the prison certainly wasn't going to make sure that we stayed safe. All of those skills just got reactivated when we heard this COVID news. I have some guys that I'm working with that are on the inside, and they're basically being locked down right about now because of COVID. They're in a cell all day long, maybe a short break outside, a little food. Putting people in cages is not a solution. Never is. It never was. These guys deserve health care. They deserve better than this. We all deserve better than this. Imagine being on a 14-day lockdown because you're sick. It's not your fault. COVID got you. And now you're locked in a cold cell all day long because you're sick. It's inhumane. It's wrong. People deserve much more than this. They really do, you know? And what about the guys who are just transitioning back into society? This system is messed up too, even more so than it was then. Think about applying for unemployment. Many guys don't know how to navigate a computer so good. They can't apply online. They can use the phone, but you see the news. You see how people are just standing around their online 10, 12 hours a day. That ain't a solution either. They can't get training right now because everything is shut down. They're being punished again. I know people just came home from 40 years. 40 years. Can you imagine? And now you're being asked to navigate a set of services that you can't navigate? It's no fault of your own. It ain't right. We owe people so much more. We can't throw people away and call it justice. We can't punish people for not offering them health care and then say that this is a civil society. It ain't right.